Yo bros, this is Wii2PLAY, the printed brushworks of YouTube, and welcome to another update video. Cause why would I actually bother putting up a Let's Play at this point? I've missed 2 days. 2 days this week. I didn't upload any videos. Oh, thank you. Thank you for that message. Really appreciate that message. Today, I am going to be talking about Animal Crossing, some of the stuff that's happened in the past for me involving Animal Crossing, and what's going to be happening going forward. The first things I want to kind of focus on is some of my villagers that I hand chose for this specific thing. We got Roald, not Ronald, Roald. One of my favorite villagers, one of the first ones I had for the longest time. I had Alfonso at one point. I can't remember if that was Wild World or if that was City Folk. Let's see. I chose Margie because she represents the Animal Crossing anime that was only in Japan, although I was lucky enough to find a fan dubbed version at one point. Geez, what else? For some reason... Oh, Rosie. I thought that was Mitzi for a moment. I guess Rosie was in my game at one point? I honestly can't remember. I think I have her listed. Oh, and then there's Stitches. I think Stitches was in New Leaf before I got... What is with that dialogue, though? That's kind of a little ridiculous. Anyways, that's some of my villagers. Oh, yeah. I believe Axel was one that I had at one point. So, that's another. So now I'm just going to look around and see if I can find some of the villagers. Maybe talk about ones that I'd like to have. I just recently watched PBG do a live stream where he ranked all the different type of villagers. And that was the first time I saw this cute little rhino that's dressed up like a strawberry shortcake. I like wolf characters. I like some of the wolf characters, including if the Wolf Link amiibo thing that I did at one point wasn't an indication of that. Oh yeah! I believe Peanut was in my game at one point. Boy, I'm talking more about the villagers and less about my experience with the game. Angus. Angus, I could never forget you. I actually like Angus. Is there a way I can add him? Do I just press this? Yay! Angus is now part of the main group. Let's see, who else? Aw, there's this cute deer! I'd like to have her in my village at some point. One of my games. But I don't ever remember her being in one of my games. Let's see. Still looking around. Very, very distracted now. There's a lot of different villagers. Tons and tons of villagers. Or animals, I should say. Oh, look! It's my favorite owl ever! Considering I asked for an amiibo of her for my birthday. Yay, Celeste. Again, not talking about the actual video game. We'll get there eventually. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to remember who it was. She's from Anime America. She really likes this villager, this rare mechanical crocodile. It's interesting. I'm not sure if I can say I'm that big of a fan, but... Okay, I think Truffles at one point was in my village, so I guess we'll register her. Just trying to register all the ones I can remember. Where's Drago? Where's Drago? I want to register Drago. I guess Drago didn't show up this time. Well, rip. Okay, well, I'm just gonna move it out like this, talk about some of my experiences. I don't play a lot of Animal Crossing, but in my family, I'm the only one that's actually kind of interested in playing some Animal Crossing. Is there a way you could just follow random villagers? I'd really like that. Let's follow myself. Well, Isabel seemed to have forgotten something. I don't know how this works. I don't know how this works. I'll just keep it zoomed in kind of like right here, right in the center. Anyways, moving on. The first Animal Crossing game I ever played was Animal Crossing Wild World. I was just kind of curious about the concept. The animals did seem cute to me. I wasn't sure if I would get into the gameplay or not. The problem with me in Animal Crossing, which I think you've seen some evidence from my new Leaf Let's Play, is I'll get into it for a while. I'll get sucked into it, like more than I've shown on New Leaf. But eventually I start playing other games. Eventually I forget to check by day, every other day, just to see how the village is doing. Okay, there were several reasons for that, aside from, like, laziness and just being distracted with video games. Obviously, when I first got my first Animal Crossing game, I wasn't living by myself. I was going to elementary school, something like that. So, I had obligations. I had to go to school, I had to help my parents out with certain tasks. I think I was even taking violin lessons at one point. I talked about that I used to have violin, but bad things happened that were out of my control. But I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about my experiences with Animal Crossing. After Wild World, which was a Nintendo DS game, I just kind of got devoted to Animal Crossing. It's like whenever a new game came out, I would get it. Aside from Happy Home Designer. That one didn't appeal to me, but Amiibo Festival did. Can't say whether or not I dropped the ball on that one. I still like Amiibo Festival. I'm like one of the very, very minuscule few people who can see the charm in Amiibo Festival. It has flaws. I will admit it has its flaws, and I will downright admit it is the worst animal. Well, no. I won't admit that. I think Pocket Camp's the worst. Pocket Camp showed promise, but like Mario Kart Tour, it's now going through this whole you gotta pay to play trope. And I don't like that with a lot of games. I especially didn't like it with Pokemon Shuffle. Will never love Pokemon Shuffle, ever. Ever. So, I don't think I could ever see myself going to Pocket Camp. It looked interesting. I cringed when I missed some of the Pokemon-related items that came to it. But I think Pocket Camp's the worst. Obviously, Amiibo Festival would be second worst, but at least I can see the charm in it. Now, as I was starting to say, there are obligations that I have to fulfill in real life, IRL. but it can contradict... Wait. I think I remember Biff. Yeah, I remember Biff. We're registering him too. I'm a little distracted. Can you tell? Obligations in real life that would interfere with Animal Crossing. One of the most notable things to me to happen with Animal Crossing, which is kind of why I stopped playing it a lot of the time, was there were neighbors, animals, that I really like to spend time with. Like, let's say... I can't find some of the good ones. Let's just say Stitches. There are some other female Animal Crossing residents that unfortunately aren't here. But if they were, I'd definitely put them in. I should look for Ava and whatever the other female rooster is. So, there were times where the animals would invite me to play dates. So, let's take Stitches. Stitches would want me to come over to the house. I mean, I could decide the time. I could decide the day. I could decide the time. It's like, okay, well, I'm not going to school this day. Let's say Saturday at 4 p.m. But here's the catch. Unbeknownst to me, maybe my parents need me for something at 4 p.m. Or we decide that, like, if it's city folk, for example, that they need to go to town for something. So I miss the 4 p.m. appointment, and that animal, say Stitches, is very upset with me. So what's my first response? It is to travel back in time, screw whatever Rossetti says, even though it got worse and worse the more I did it, and try to make up that time. Well, it just got tiring after a while, just trying to go back and forth. Found another one. Nope, never mind. Wrong one. I thought that was Leonardo or something. I should have known by the shirt that that wasn't the same one. Whoops, my bad. Anyways, that's one of the main reasons I kind of just stopped playing Animal Crossing. As it got further in, like with New Leaf, at some point I was working. At some point I was working at Walmart. So then there was that interference, where I couldn't go to certain events because I had to be in an actual job. But obviously, the one thing that keeps me from playing most Animal Crossing games is eventually I do so much of it that in some sense of a word, I become bored with it. In some sense. I have to say, for the most part, aside from Miiverse, I have rarely had any friends that I could really play Animal Crossing with. And even so, I am an introvert by nature. So, when someone says, hey, can you come over to my village, play, maybe we could chat a bit, it's like, oh no, I'm not sure if I'm feeling up to being social today. That's just something I'm dealing with on a personal level. But at the same time, here's the other thing, new games come out, and I'm not just talking Animal Crossing, Mario, Pokemon, Legend of Zelda, stuff like that. So eventually I stop playing Animal Crossing, and I don't think about coming back to it. I know it's there, I see the game in my case, or in one of my drawers, but it's like, I don't even give it a second thought. So I like Animal Crossing. I am a fan. I'm just not sure I'm a devoted fan, and that's what hurts the most. So I was very, very, very questionable about whether or not I wanted to go for New Horizons right away. But luck behold, I have a real life friend that my brothers met, They got me to get to know him. You know him as Planet Shy Guy, and he is an Animal Crossing enthusiast. As soon as he got word that I knew about Animal Crossing and have played it, he tried to get me right back on board. And it kind of worked, considering he bought the game for me. Technically, it's a pre-order, so I would have to pick it up probably tomorrow. Lest this coronavirus stops me from doing that for stupid reasons I'm not about to talk about. Because I just don't want to talk about it. Whenever I get the game, he already paid for it. So I'm basically getting my free copy of Animal Crossing New Horizons. Considering that is the case, why not play it? Why not show my love for the Animal Crossing series? And that's kind of why I started New Leaf. But I'm getting back in that bad habit where I don't focus on just New Leaf. Now, there are other reasons why I haven't been making videos. You probably have heard some of it, but I can't say it necessarily out loud. All I can say is that where I'm living right now has gotten more complicated over the years. I don't know how, I don't know when, I don't even know if it is going to be possible for me to do this, but I want to move out, for real. I'm not talking about this gag of moving to an island, moving from one Animal Crossing game to another. I'm talking about legitimately moving out. But I have to be on this list since I'm going for apartments. I don't work now because of those complications with apartments, which would basically be a lease, a contract that I had no word in signing, and it's just kind of gotten me to a point where if I'm working, people are taking more of my money. And I'm not just talking about the government, I'm talking about other people that I've signed up on their contract. And until I can terminate that contract, get on a better one, and feel like I'm financially stable, I am not working, period. Doesn't matter if Nintendo tries to hire me. I'm not going to work and lose most of my money to other people that I know I could do without. So this kind of went into a whole personal issue for me, so sorry about that. Let's get back on track. Animal Crossing. I am looking forward to New Horizons, although it's a bit exaggerated about how much Planet Shy Guy thinks I want to do the series. No disrespect to him again, but I just want to say this for the fun of it. He says that I've probably been looking forward to Animal Crossing as much as I've been looking towards Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And I gotta just disclaim that right now. That is not true. That is not possible. I love Super Smash Bros. Ultimate more than I love Animal Crossing. Doesn't mean Animal Crossing isn't something that I enjoy. Like I said, I just shared some of my stories. I just showed some of the villagers that I legitimately remember being in my older games. Obviously, I don't have proof of that now because I either sold those games or I started over my New Leaf profile. Although I lost all of that information earlier because Okay, one more story. Probably already said it, but I'm going to say it anyways. When I first got New Leaf, I got it as a cartridge. And I had this nice case that had it. I'm going to go through the whole list. It had Animal Crossing, New Leaf, Super Smash Bros., 3DS, Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon, some other game. It might have been Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes, but I'm not sure for sure, and Electroplankton, one of the rarest, most expensive, hard to get games. I lost all 5 one day without really even realizing it. See, I take a public transportation spot bus. Boy, this video's lasting longer than I thought it would be. I take a public transportation spot bus. Spot bus is basically what it's called. So, it's free public transportation, but there's times where I just set things on the seat next to me, and I'm just messing around with my game. And this isn't the first time I've done this. Like, okay, well, bring the lighting back. Like, for example, I had a fan. I had one of these fans, except it was, like, blue. So, a portable fan, it spritz water at you, feels really nice. At one point, without thinking about it, I was busy trying to get my game shut off, or at least paused to a certain place. I shove it into my bag, rush off the bus without realizing that I left my fan on that bus, or even looking back at the seat to see if I missed anything. I lost that fan. They had in Lost and Found at one point, I can only assume. But because I didn't respond in time, I lost that fan. And that's what happened to my game case and those 5 games I mentioned. Pokemon, Electroplankton, Smash Brothers, presumably a Legend of Zelda game, but I don't know for sure, and Animal Crossing were all lost that day. I'm surprised I didn't lose my 2DS. Like, I think it's this exact 2DS. I'm surprised I didn't lose that. I just stuck that in my bag. I didn't look for the case. But the only thing I was able to keep that day was the 2DS and the game in it, which, guys, I would have thrown up if this had happened. But I believe it was either Pokemon X or Pokemon Sun. Basically a game that has all my, well, maybe Alpha Sapphire. Let's say Alpha Sapphire. A game that has so much Pokemon data, so many shiny Pokemon I got over the years, that would be virtually irreplaceable if I had lost it. Or if one day the game became corrupt. I've got so many Pokemon that I personally love and that I went way out of my way to get, or that I was lucky enough to get. And if I had left that game in that case, I would have lost all of it. I have chills thinking about that. But still, I lost a lot of good games. Like I said, Smash Brothers, I had all the DLC for that. Now I don't. And Animal Crossing, I lost every single piece of footage, all my data for that. I lost all my data, and I'm pretty sure I played through an entire year, which, spoiler alert, is how you basically finish the game, per se. You get the staff role once you played for an entire year. You can still play after that, but I believe the ending is if you play for an entire year. I mean, if you get to an entire year. Because the tree grows in the plaza, kind of like the one on the screen right now. And once it's fully grown, you did your job. You did good. You devoted yourself to Animal Crossing, you get the staff credits, and you keep living a happy life. You know, as long as you play the game. So, yeah, I went through a whole long ramble about that. Got really, really distracted. I apologize for that. Let's go with the community question quickly. What are some of your favorite villagers from Animal Crossing? Not villagers, but the residents, the animals. Bald, Alfonso, that type of thing. Anyways, I'm running kind of low on time. I ended up missing a bus because I rambled again. I'm gonna have to apologize to some people, call them up, and let them know I'm running late. Again. Seems like this always happens when I try to make a video or upload it. But anyways, that was my bit on Animal Crossing. I am looking forward to playing New Horizons. Granted, I think I need it. I don't think I admit it, but I think I need it. I've been stressed for a while. Whether it's the coronavirus or anything else, I've just been really stressed. So to play a casual game that has good vibes, nice calm music. Aside from Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which I'm in the middle of the second dungeon for, 2 out of 4, 3 years have passed. Shows my track record. But aside from that, in certain places, I think I really am looking forward to playing a nice, casual game. Now, I talk about it being a Let's Play, but I don't know if it will be. Galaxy Wish was going off on me about, how can you make Animal Crossing a Let's Play? It has no end! It's like, screw you, first off. And second off, I guess I'll just do what I can. I think, okay, let's get to the point here, after almost 30 minutes of rambling. I think tomorrow, if I get the game, and I say if because there's this whole thing Planet Shy Guy is talking to me about, where because of the coronavirus, GameStop might not let anyone get the game. Sounds a little bit exaggerated, but we're gonna find out very soon if that's the case. When I get the game, whether it be tomorrow or later on, I think I want to live stream the first day. I want to just get the hype up for the game, get through some of the tutorial, check out what I can do. I think I'll live stream the first day, and then I'll start recording other days, probably in HD, because it sucks to try to record with the flip video camera and the screen's blurry no matter where I move the unit. So, HD's a must, although you can clearly see the TV that I'm recording off of a little bit better than my silly little unit here. And that's about it, I guess. So, let me know your thoughts. Maybe tell me some of your Animal Crossing stories. Like I said, I don't really play much Animal Crossing. I mean, when I do, it was back in the past, a lot more of the time. It's not one of my most favorite game series, but I have a soft spot in my heart for it. So, maybe if I could start representing that on my channel, that would be good. I'm just afraid that, like with Fortnite and other game series that I've been off and on with, I might not be as consistent with Animal Crossing as I know I should. And that's a problem since Animal Crossing runs on real time. There's always something happening in the game for the most part. And there's appointments that you have to keep, you know. I'm just gonna try my best. Maybe you guys can remind me every once in a while. We're just gonna try this out. I do like Animal Crossing. It's not at the top of my radar, but I do like Animal Crossing. And the whole idea to my Wii2PLAY channel is to represent the games that I played as a child in the past, and games that I'm still interested in now. And Animal Crossing is one of those games. I don't know the next time I'm gonna get a copy of Wild World or City Folk, but I can still represent what love I do have for Animal Crossing on this channel. I'm not sure if people are gonna care that much for that. I'm sure there are some, but I'm just gonna play it by ear. We're just gonna see what happens. Hopefully you enjoy the journey along the way. Okay, I gotta stop. This has gone over 30 minutes. Thank you for listening, though I think I see another village. Didn't I already talk to you? Dizzy? I don't think that's the same person. I'm so distracted. Okay, I gotta stop off. This is what happens with me in Animal Crossing sometimes. Sometimes I stop playing it for a while, other times I just play it for too long. It's a hit or miss. It's never equal. So, going to do some Animal Crossing footage starting either tomorrow or in the near future. And depending on when I get the game, that will lead up to a week theme of virtual escape or virtual vacations. Virtual something. Anyways, I'm not sure how to end off this video, so I'm just gonna awkwardly end it off now. Thank you for watching. Look forward to not only Animal Crossing, but plenty more on my channel. Hopefully I have the charisma to go forward with some of the projects I know I want to. Wish me luck. Give me all the love you got. All the support. It really means a lot to me. I'm gonna do the best I can, and that's all I can do. Until then, and until my next videos, this has been Wii2PLAY. I got nothing left to say. So from one fam to another, I hope you enjoy your day. Catch you later.